Hey, Egg Teacher Christmas here, coming at you with another video. Today is a repair day, so we got to go through and find any of the lights that have gone out during the course of the week, and we're going to replace them. So in this case, we have one of our wise men. This is wise guy number one, and he's had a bunch of lights go out, so I got to go through and replace this string. Now normally I'll just look through and see if I can find the broken bulb, but I think at this point we're going to replace the whole string because it's been on here for a couple of years, and usually if one bulb fails, the rest of them are not far behind. So one of the things you'll notice is I do change all my lights with the power on. That way, in case I make a mistake with the light string and I pull out a wire or I cut something or I break a bulb, I know right away when it happens. So I'm going to go ahead and get this ready to go, which means getting rid of the wire tie and the unsightly tags. And the first thing we need to do is isolate which one of these plugs is the one that's having issues. Well, that was easy. So it's this plug right here. So we're going to go ahead and remove that guy. I've got this zip tied in a few spots, and I'll come back and get that later on because I want to make sure that my lights are not being pulled out if I trip on it or something like that. So we'll get rid of this. We'll get rid of the zip ties and some of the starts, and we'll start clearing the frame of the lights that need to be removed. Let's go ahead and bring you in a little bit closer so you can see part of this process. This is going to be a bulb for bulb replacement. So I'm going to replace the 50 light strand here with a 50 light strand of other incandescent lights. With this one, this was kind of a unique strand in that it only has a plug on one end. So it only has a male plug, whereas this one has a male and a female. So I'm going to replace it with one where if I need to go in later and just plug in, I can do that. And that's kind of why this one is on the wireframe. When light strings only have one plug on them, it doesn't make them very efficient or really any good for an animated lighter, because most of our applications we're putting more than one light string together. So again, these are put on with just standard Christmas light clips, and they are sized just perfect for mini Christmas lights. We're going to go through and start removing this. I'm going to do it kind of slowly here because I want to make sure I am not missing where any of these bulbs go. Okay, so I'll get myself started, put one on the top of the crown there. Now we're going to go ahead and secure this wire up top so that we don't have a spontaneous unwiring that occurs during the process of this. Using my zip tie gun, cut that tail off. And then we're going to go ahead and plug in our new strand to make sure that it stays lit the entire time we're wiring it up. All right, there we go. Now all we do is just come through and put the new lights where the old lights were in the clips. You got to be really careful when you snap these in here that you don't accidentally smack one of the Christmas lights against the wireframe, because it will cause them to shatter. So sometimes you got to be a little bit delicate. Tuck some of these around, make sure that the lights are visible in the right spots. This one had a hidden clip right here. It's off earlier. Put that back. And on these, it doesn't really matter which side I am pointing them, although I'm trying to make sure that they point up so that they're all filling in the right spacing on the frame as we go. Okay, tuck the wire around. We're going to keep going on this so you can see where we're at. Okay. Uh-oh. One came off. Put that one back there. Tuck our light in. Oh, we seem to be missing a clip. There he is down here. I think we can get this. Gotta have the details on the beard. Uh-oh. Let's see if we can rearrange that. See if this one will reach down there. There we go. The spacing on these kind of varies because there's a different twist on the existing lights than there is on everything else. This one, we'll go down a little lower. This one has a blackout cap on it, so that makes sure that that light is black and you don't see it in the middle of our pattern. So we'll put that in our pocket when we get this put over here. Put the new, or the blackout cap on the new bulb. So this is going to get a blackout cap. That one goes out. And we can start putting these back in. So anyway, you see how we're just kind of going down the frame there, replacing them. I'm going to go ahead and pause you for a little bit, finish the frame, and then I'll show you the conclusion. All right, found the issue. Looks like we had a broken bulb, so something got knocked into it. I do have deer that come through the yard. That's a possibility. But anyway, that's been removed. I'll go ahead and take this back in and find bulbs for 50 light strings and go ahead and put this string back into service for other things. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed seeing a little bit of the repair work that goes on with the Christmas light display. Our three wise guys are now all back fully lit and good to go, ready for tonight's show. Last thing I need to do is I've got some bulbs that go into the really big light bulbs. So these are really big light bulbs, and those are jumbo light bulbs. But I've got some really big ones that are out, so I need to go find my C9s and search through and find which ones are out and get those replaced and see if I can do that before the show has to start. Anyway, hope you learned something. Ag Teacher Christmas out.